Hi everyone, my name is Uncle Bravo and this is ISOS Educators, training, preparing and equipping teachers all over the world. And we've been doing this for a few years now, actually about 2 to 3 years now, making teachers aware of who they are, getting them prepared and equipped for the job they do so that they'll be able to produce the best. So today we are diving into the amazing space of kindergarten, preparing kindergarten teachers before the new school year, all right? So we'll be looking at what you need to consider, your approaches, your skills and strategies, and also some activities that are going to help you, the teacher, to be the best in your classroom. So let's get straight into the lesson. Follow us on Facebook, LinkedIn, and also Instagram. Thank you so much. On these platforms, you'll be getting important and the appropriate materials that are going to help you to better who you are. Okay. So, teaching kindergarten classes by Afik Nadam Uncle Bravo. Like I told you from the start of the lesson. Right. We'll be looking at the considerations, that is, things we need to consider, and then we'll be looking at the skills and strategies. We'll be looking at the appropriate methods, and we'll also be looking at activities. In fact, there is a bonus at the end of the video. So I would urge you to stick to the video, and then at the end of the day, you get that bonus. All right. Thank you. Now, number one, considerations. What do you need to consider as a teacher who is going to teach a kindergarten class? There are some things you need to consider. Before you pack your bags to go to the classroom, you need to consider some important things. In fact, you need a paper to write down the to-do list so you know what to consider to get your message across to your students the easiest and the best way. First, you need to check your preparations. What do you need to prepare? Okay? Before you know what to prepare, you need to know the lesson you are going to teach, the topic in context. If you know this, it helps you to know what materials to prepare. And secondly, we'll be looking at your entry. The entry of a teacher into a kindergarten class or any class is very, very vital, very important to the benefit of the teacher and the benefit of the students. It is very beneficial to the teacher because the teacher's way of entry is going to help the teacher to be able to capture the student's attention depending on how you enter the classroom. And that is how it benefits the teacher. And how does it benefit the student? The way the teacher enters the class is able to capture the student's attention. So if your entry is able to capture the student's attention, then you're on the right track. It's been able to help the student to be partly prepared for the class. So let's see the next step. The next step is your exit. So you need to consider all these things in your room, on your study table, or on your bed before you start the class. So your preparation, your entry, and your exit. All right, now let's take those things step by step. Now, your preparations. What do you need to prepare as a teacher? All right, as a teacher who is going to teach a kindergarten class, you need to get yourself, surrounded by a number of teaching aids. All right, you need to get prepared with your flashcards, a few toys, technologies, and what we call stickers. Right, your sticker could be ink or it could be a paper sticker. Right, now let's take it from the flashcards. The flashcards are going to help you to teach your lesson. Okay, it is for the lesson to be taught. So for instance, if you're going to teach about food or animals, you should have pictures of the animals in your vocabulary or of the food categories in your vocabulary. If you're going to teach about my home, you need to get pictures about that. If you're going to teach about toys, you need to get pictures about that as well. So the flashcard is a pictorial demonstration of your vocabulary. So it is going to help you to be able to imprint your vocabulary on the minds of the students. So in future, it will help the student to be able to identify a word when they see by the pictorial image they've had before. And that is why you need a flashcard. So the flashcard is going to help the teacher to print the vocabulary in the mind of the student. So the student will be able to match or identify a picture with a word. Okay, good. Now you need to prepare a few toys. When I say toys, if you're a teacher who's been teaching for some time now, then you know what I'm talking about when I say toys. The toys here are for activities to support your teaching. For example, you need toys like balls, sticky balls, slappers, cubes, and many more. A lot of toys. So you can go online and search for toys that are used to teach kindergarten students, and you'll get more information about that. Now let's look at technology. Every kindergarten teacher needs to use technology. When I'm talking about technology, what I want to say is technology as in audios and videos. You know, when these kids see, it's easy for them to remember, okay? But it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to always get them to watch videos or something. When they watch it always and always and always, it gets them, I mean, lazy, and they would always want to watch. All right. So sometimes you let them watch a video about what you're teaching, and sometimes you don't let them watch so that whenever they watch again, it seems new to them. All right. And then they will not rely on it most because most kids watch TV in their homes. And when they come to school, for example, Montessori's parents do not want their children to watch TV. I mean, use TV to study a lot. Okay, so sometimes in your warm ups, when you're playing a song, parents prefer that you turn the screen or you cover the screen so that they only hear and look at the teacher and repeat what the teacher is doing. All right, so that is it. So the technology, the teacher needs audio and also videos to support the teaching, make it more realistic and make it attractive to the kindergarten students. And then finally, you also need to prepare stickers. Why do you prepare stickers? You prepare stickers so that when students are performing, you'll be able to award them. The energy of a kindergarten student is gingered or is pushed up whenever they see a colleague of theirs or a mate of theirs has been awarded. If you award a classmate, or if you award one student, another student or the other student would like to be awarded too. So when you have stickers, it helps you a lot because whilst a student is performing, you give them a sticker. Psh. When you give them a sticker, the other student gets agitated, wants to perform to also get a sticker or even get more. And that there is something we call positive reinforcement, and the competition becomes more positive and easy for the student to get along with your lesson. Okay, sometimes you don't award only performing students, you also award participative students and also students who are quiet in the class and are not talking. So all these areas are areas you can be awarded to get your class in order. All right, so now let's move to the next. Please, at this point, if you have not subscribed, make it a point to subscribe and tell a friend to tell a friend so that all of them can subscribe and join the family. And remember, if you have any question, you can leave it at the comment section and we will discuss it. Now, let's look at skills. What skills do you need as a teacher who is going to teach in the kindergarten level? Okay. Now, the teacher, these are the skills you need to master to be able to handle your kindergarten classes very well. First is time management. Most teachers go to the class and time is not allocated to anything they do. Everything is involved. If you keep on doing that, you mess up stuff. All right. So you should know how many minutes you're using for a warm up, how many minutes you're using for teaching vocabulary, how many minutes you're using for activities that are going to reinforce the memory of the vocabulary that are being taught, like that. Okay. So time should be managed. And then what time or how many minutes are you giving to a sign out? All right. So if you have all these in check, it helps you to get things done the right way in the kindergarten classes. Okay. And then second, monitoring. The teacher in kindergarten should be more smarter. Okay. You should be too smart, way too smart, that even as you teach and you're focused on your lesson teaching, you should always have that sense of monitoring around. All right. So you look there, you look there. Your mind is splitted and it is working efficiently. Okay. Even though it is splitted, but it is effective. All right. So you're teaching and you're also monitoring what students are doing. So you can be drawing students to order. All right. It helps you with your classroom management. And then lesson development. The teacher should be able, one of the skills is that most teachers do not know how to move a lesson from, ground up. All right. That is the best way to say ground up. The lesson should be developed. Is that okay? It shouldn't go like that. Okay, the lesson should be that way. So from a slower pace, level, and it reaches there. The students are interested even as they leave the class. Is that okay? So if you do not master this lesson development attitude or skill, in fact, you might be able to handle your class to a certain level, and then at the point you have a lesson nosedive, and that is not really healthy for a kindergarten student. Okay, if it happens that way, um, some students will show interest in other things. Okay, and it's not really a good thing for a kindergarten class. Okay, a kindergarten class should be able to be maintained, in energy throughout the lesson, because I've always said that the more energy they release, the more they learn. So if the teacher doesn't get the energies within the kids released, there is no way learning is taking place. All right. So a kindergarten teacher, one of your skills to be mastered is your lesson development skill. Know where to start from, know where to get to, know where to stay, know where to bring an activity, know where to move from activity and get into the lesson back again, know where to get the students stand up if you think they're, you understand what I mean? Yes. When it happens that way, because normally when the lesson is being taught continually, the students are bored at the point. So you should know where your students reception capacity reaches, so that for example, if you're teaching for 30 minutes, you should know that after every 7 minutes, my students reception capacity, the level, it has reached its level and they need to, be rejuvenated. And so you bring an activity. So the skill lesson development helps the teacher to be able to know all these things. So when you develop your lesson properly, you'll be able to bring all these things to play. Now let's look at the instruction. Instruction. A teacher or a kindergarten teacher, one of your best skills is to be able to give instructions. For instance, the ESL teachers who are teaching in non-native countries, this is one of the skills you need to master so well, because mostly you speak English and the kids speak other languages, and sometimes you go to the classroom and there is no a teacher assistant and you have to find a way to communicate to your kids. Or even if you're speaking English and the kids also speak English, kids don't think like adults, so you should be able to find the appropriate words to explain instructions to the students, to grasp what you mean. Okay, you come down to your level, eyeball, you understand, eyeball level. Don't go so up. When they look at you like this, there is an assertion that they really don't get you. But if they're able to see you, you understand, this way, there is a probability. In fact, when we say eyeball instruction, we are not trying to say that look at them eyeball to eyeball. We're trying to say that come down to a level where they will understand. Use a language they would understand better to give instructions. In that sense, you are on your way to achieving your objectives, because everything you're saying, all instructions are being understood and things are being done the way you wanted them to be done. All right. And in this sense, you are getting better and your lesson is on its way to success. All right. So like I was saying, unlike the ESL teachers, you also have to learn a few vocabulary of the language of that country, so that you'll be able to use those words in collaboration with your English to be able to give them instructions where they will understand you. All right. So please remember the skills you need to master: time management, allocate timing, monitoring, find out what is going on whilst you teach and focus on your lesson. Do not focus on your lesson and leave what is going on in the classroom. It should be balanced. And then lesson development, know where to do what, okay? Like that, like that, like that, all right? And then the instruction is one thing you also have to look at. Don't let it slide, all right? Now let's move down to strategies, strategies. What are the strategies involved in teaching kindergarten? So you need to focus on a few stuff, all right? A few stuff. Now let's look at the strategies. Hands-on learning, okay? That is your focus, okay? Hands-on learning. Incorporate manipulatives and activities that allow them to explore and interact. Is that okay? So most of the times we play some games or we do some activities in the classroom. For instance, in one of my classes, after I told them about jobs, I asked them to build a vocabulary tower.
Now let's go. Are you ready? On a count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's start with firefighter, fireman. Okay. Let's build a tower. Okay. The next word is policeman. Are you sure it's straight? It's not straight. Let me help you. Okay. The next word is housewife. Are you sure? Oh! Start again, start again, start again. Again. Fireman. All right? Put it right in the middle. Okay. The next word is policeman. Good. Thank you. Take your time. And the next word is housewife. Okay, let me help you a little bit. The next word is doctor. The next word is pilot. Oh! Put a cap on. The next word is pupil. Just put a cap on it. The next word is farmer. Go on.
Right? And then with this vocabulary tower, my goal was for them to be able to use cups and the flashcards together. So they put a cap down, I say the word, they locate the vocabulary with the picture, they put it on the cup, they put another cup on it, So in that sense, they are being able to remember the vocabulary, and they are also being able to put a cap down, because building the thing tall, building a tall tower with cups and flashcards is going to be a little bit difficult, you understand? So the students should be able to coordinate in order to build a straight tower so it stands. All right, great. So that is hands-on learning. The students should be able to do something, explore and interact with some materials in the classroom, helping them to grasp the lesson to the core. All right. Now let's look at visual aids. Use pictures, drawings, charts, and videos to supplement your lesson, as it helps children understand concepts better. For instance, like I was talking about the Montessori classrooms, parents don't only like teachers to be using PowerPoints, right? So when you have PowerPoints and you also have flashcards, is the best. After using the PowerPoint, you use the flashcards, and then after using the flashcards to reinforce the memory of the vocabulary that were on the PowerPoint slides, then you use the flashcards to have an activity. to help the student grasp the lesson very well. Like I told you from the beginning, videos are also good, right? Videos are good for that. And I told you again, be very careful. Don't let video be your thing. No, video shouldn't be, your thing. Video should be intermittently, so that whenever a video is used, it seems new to the student. Okay, right. And then let's look at songs and rhymes. Kids love music. You know that, right? Kids love music. So if you incorporate songs, rhymes, and chants into your lessons to help them remember important information, the better for you. So if you use them, it's going to be good for you. All right. For example, sometimes you don't need an already known rhyme. You can create your rhyme on the go whilst you're there. For example,
Are you ready? Yeah. Now you repeat after me, okay? Let's go. 1, 2. Buckle my shoes. 3, 4. Shut the door. 5, 6. Pick up sticks. 7, 8. Lay them straight. 9, 10. A big fat hen. A big fat hen. Let's do it again. 1, 2. Buckle my shoe. 3, 4. Shut the door. 5, 6. Pick up sticks. 7, 8. Lay them straight. 9, 10. A big fat hen. Okay, thank you so much, everybody. Sit down.
if you're teaching something like ABC, you can go A, A for apple, A for apple, B, B for ball. You create your own thing, all right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then you change your voice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They love it. All right. So remember, incorporating rhymes, songs, and other stuff is going to also help you to be able. So these are some of the strategies. And then let's look at the last strategy: repetition and play based. All right. Now use games and activities to encourage reception, such as singing the alphabet or counting objects. Is that okay? It helps them. Great. Now, such as building with blocks or playing pretend. This approach promotes creativity, social skills, and cognitive development. All right. So remember, after all these, you could see that there is a link between the visual aids and then the play base or the repetition, because there is a use of some physical items over there. You understand? And I told you that building a tower with flashcards and cups sometimes is very difficult, and they need to be cognitively straight. They need to coordinate a lot to be able to build a tall tower that stands straight and doesn't fall. All right. In that sense, they are developing. Okay, so remember the strategies: hands-on learning, visual aids, sounds and rhymes, repetitions, and play based is very important. Is that okay? All right, so please, like I said, if you have any question, remember to leave it at the comment section and I will get back to you.